Hi everyone. So today I'm back with macroeconomic circular flow of income. In this we will study what circular flow of income is, how do we look at the different kinds of flows that are happening, what are the different sectors and everything else. Also, I would request everyone to please follow at Bodo Economics. Please subscribe to the channel so that you are updated with the latest videos that are coming. So first, let me start with the sectors of the economy. There are four sectors in an economy, as all of us know, and along with those four sectors in the economy, there's one that is the bank, and the bank is there to support all the sectors. So all the four sectors that are household, firms, government, and rest of the world need the services of the bank. But today, we are only looking at two sectors of an economy where there is no bank. So basically, we are looking at households and firms, and we are also looking at the fact that all the goods that are being produced by the firms go to the households. No one else buys them, obviously, because there are only two sectors. And all the money that the households gain from the factor services goes back to the firm. So basically, it is a flow of all goods and all money happening in between households and the firms. Now, let me come back to it. Households, as we know, are the owners of all factors of production. Sare factors of production are owned by the households, and because they are the owners of the all the factors of production, they obviously provide factor services to the firms. And when they are providing factor services to the firms, obviously when you provide service to someone, what do you need in return? You need payments. So they get factor payments in return. Now what are the firms doing over here? So the firms are using the factor services from the household sector, and when they are using the factor services from the household sector, they are producing goods and services for that, and in return of the factor services that they use, they are providing factor payments, and they are then getting paid for the goods and services that the household is buying from them. Types of circular flow of income. So the circular flow of income can be categorized into two different parts. One is real flow and the second is money flow. Now the first diagram that you look over here is real flow happening. Now what do we call, what is real flow? Basically the flow of goods and services happening from household to firms or from firms to household is called as real flow. So basically हो क्या रहा है, firms say जब household is buying goods and services, that is known as real flow. Also when the household is providing factor services to the firms, that is also known as real flow. So the real flow is also known as physical flow because we can see either the services moving from one sector to the other, or we see goods and services moving from one sector to the other sector. Now talking about the second diagram that we look at over here is money flow that is happening. Money is flowing between both the sectors, firms to households and households to firms. So when the firms use the factor services, they obviously have to pay to the household. So when they are paying to the households, they are giving factor payments, and obviously what will the household do with that money? He will, the household sector will buy goods and services. So the goods and services that are bought by the household, the payment for those goods and services is given to the firms. That is also money flow. Money flow is known as nominal flow, also known as nominal flow. So if you look at the real flow, for every real flow there will be a money flow. Real flow can also be called as physical flow, and money flow is also called as nominal flow. Now, if I look at the phases in this of the circular flow of income, in the circular flow of income, there are three phases that are happening. First is production, second is income generation, and third is expenditure that is happening. So in production, goods and services are being produced. In income, there is some income that is being generated by the household, and in the expenditure, the household spends that money and the money comes back to the firm. Now, circular flow of income, this is a good diagram of circular flow of income two sector model. Now in this we look at firms has taken factor services. If we look at the first thing, firms has taken factor services, and for factor services it is giving factor payments. So factor services and factor payments. Other than that, the firms is providing goods and services to the household, and for that goods and services, the money that the household spends is known as consumption expenditure. So basically only two things are happening over here. First is firm is taking factor services, and it is producing goods and services. The second is a household is getting factor payments, and it is spending all that money that it gets from factor payments into consumption expenditure. Now let us assess whatever we learned. Can you tell me what is meant by real flow and money flow? Can you tell me what nominal flow is? Discuss circular flow of income in a two-sector economy, and why should there be a money flow for a real flow? You can, as I've already told you, you can write all these answers on a paper, click pictures and put them on comment box. I'll get back to you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel at Bodo Economics, because I'll be coming up with more such videos. Have a nice day. Take care.